Yo guys, it's your boy ZKK. Today we're going to the Big Bad Wolf's den. Eval Blood Work Service, the clinic. This is where I get everything checked out, from my titties to my balls. You know what I'm saying? Make sure everything is functioning okay. So, I'm going to Dave's new clinic, Dave Crossland. Check him out and his lovely missus. They're gonna do me bloods and see what's happening in this fucked up head of mine. Come on guys, follow me. Knock knock.
Come in.
Okay.
You got a booking, sir?
No.
Right, what's up there?
Hi Dave, you alright?
Not bad, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Just doing a vlog for my followers. Just showing them about, I'm getting my blood works done. You can explain a bit what's going to happen and what's going up in my fucked up head.
Oh, I can't explain that. Yeah.
So this is Dave, and that's his lovely missus, Shan. She's going to be taking my bloods because Dave is a heavy-handed fucker.
I scare him, is basically what he's saying. Sit your ass down in the chair of death. I mean, the chair, please.
Okay. Is this the torture chamber, yeah?
Yeah.
So what, are we doing a full check, from, basically I had my blood work done 6 weeks ago, while I'm on a supplementation cycle, yeah?
Yes.
And basically we wanted to see where things are going. And Dave found out that my estrogen was really high, so we needed to get that under control. And so that's what we've done. So 4 weeks later,
We're having another check.
yeah, basically I put some estrogen
Yep.
blockers in, what Dave told me to take. So not only does Dave take my bloods, or whoever's bloods he takes, he also basically tells you what you need to do. So if there's something going on in your body what shouldn't be going on, he will look at your bloods and read them and say, I suggest you do this, you don't do that, you're taking shit gear.
Occasionally we say that. Not very often, but occasionally.
Yeah, so you're not taking what you're meant to be taking because your bloods aren't showing what's going on, you know what I mean? So, yeah, just explain a bit to the guys, you know what I mean, what's happening at blood test.
So, with a blood test, it depends on what you test for and what you see.
Yeah,
So we can test health markers, we can test hormone levels, thyroid function, liver function, kidney function, things like that. There's certain areas, if you're an anabolic user, that you want to keep an eye on. One is blood thickness, so you look at hemoglobin, hematocrit, red blood cell count.
so are they the most important ones to look at?
Well, they will show whether your blood is thickening from your anabolic use. You look at cholesterol, particularly HDL, because HDL lowers with anabolic
So
use.
for example, if somebody's gone on a cycle and the hemoglobin is, you know what I mean?
If you're starting to elevate, then you can deal with that by a bloodlet.
Yeah.
Take a pint of blood, same as blood donation.
Okay.
There's certain supplements like IP6 and nattokinase you can use to lower thick blood. The problem with the soaps,
Yeah.
it's not that they don't work, they work very, very well. But the problem is there's no real dose to droppage, whereas we know with a bloodlet you're going to lose 6 to 8 points on your hemoglobin, so it's much more accurate.
So your first point of call would be bloodlets.
Yeah.
And once you've done a bloodlet, so after how long would you get somebody to come back again then?
Depends on how thick the blood was.
Oh, actually, so yeah.
Yeah, so the thicker it is, the more bloodlets you're going to need in the quickest question of time. If it's only a slightly thick, then one should be adequate to deal with it.
Yeah.
Then we look at cholesterol levels. HDL is the big one. That's the one that generally gets lower through its use. Obviously, we can look at hormone management. If you're on test, estrogen is going to go up. Is your estrogen in a good place? It's not just about getting estrogen low, it's about the right place.
Yeah, because what people don't understand is it's not about totally eliminating estrogen.
No, it's about managing it.
Yeah, managing it, because if your estrogen is too low, what happens?
You don't grow,
Yeah.
and you lower your HDL, which then puts cardiovascular
And
problems.
also, if your estrogen is too
Then water retention, potential gyno, fat gain. That's
yeah. So like wouldn't it be like a good idea for somebody if they're on a cycle, like instead of like adding more drugs in, like, wouldn't it be better to lower the test levels?
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, it's not always about running anti-estrogen. Sometimes it's about the relationship with the drugs you're using.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. So
Yes.
somebody like who's a beginner, who's on his first, second semester of a cycle or something, it would be better for them to not even touch a anti-estrogen.
Yeah, sometimes it is more about dosage management rather than adding more drugs.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
control the
because a
problem.
lot of people don't. What a lot of people do is like they got a problem and then they add another drug into the cycle, and then that will give other readings.
People very often don't consider lowering doses to manage side effects when it's perfectly viable.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes the dose is just too high for you.
Yeah, so
We can look at kidney function as well, which is another area that can get affected by anabolic use.
the main issues, like for somebody like me, a bodybuilder or whatever, anybody, what would be the first initial things that I would have to look at and say, you know what, I need to sort my health out.
From a health point of view, you're looking at blood thickness, you're looking at HDL cholesterol levels, you're looking at kidney function. They're the main three that you see problems in.
So them three, what are the long term? If that's not put under control.
High blood thickness is going to start putting
Hypertension.
high blood pressure. You're also looking at actual circulation starvation in the brain. So
really? So
blood can't get through the finer capillaries in the brain.
So is that like with stroke then?
But potential, yeah. If you start getting hemo in the 190s towards 200, when you start going over 200, you start entering risk of stroke.
So what's the level it should be at?
I always work on 170.
So you should be at
170 to 180 is perfectly acceptable, and around 170-ish, 170, 175, you'll actually get a benefit from that level because you're going to get increased nutrient transit, you're going to get better oxygenation.
Okay.
When it starts getting 180 and above is when it starts to become negative.
Okay.
One of the simple physical side effects of thick blood is that you feel fatigued, you feel lethargic, but when you start exercising, your energy levels pick up.
Okay.
And that's because your resting heart rate just isn't fast enough to pump the blood round to get the benefit from the thicker blood.
Oh, really?
But once your heart rate is accelerated, then you see a benefit from higher hemoglobin.
Also, this is why a lot of people are tired when they're not training.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Very, very common cause of fatigue when you're not training is thick blood.
Oh, wow.
Cholesterol, you don't really feel anything from it.
No.
But long-term low cholesterol will cause arterial wall thickening, it will cause plaque build-up. And that's something that you're going to cash in 10 years' time. So that's when you have a heart attack 10 years later because you haven't managed your cholesterol when you were on cycle 10 years previously.
That would be your first point of call then?
My first point of call would be blood work. Post-blood work would be an echo, ultrasound of your heart.
Yeah.
And then if you've got problems, you go further. But if your ultrasound's coming back normal, then there's no need to investigate further.
So, like, I recommend, to people who I know and my clients saying, have a blood test done when you're off a cycle, so you know what your
Baseline is basically.
the baseline is. Have a blood test done when you're on a cycle, like 6 weeks into it, and then 6 weeks after that. If there's anything needs to be sorted out, like your estrogen is too high.
If you've got problems that need changing, you're going to need to follow that up.
Yeah,
you
follow
only
up.
need to test those areas.
Yeah.
You don't need to do everything again.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The crucial thing, you don't need a full blood test.
There's always room for change in management.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
That's what I mean. So that's why I come to Dave, because not only does he read my bloods, he tells me exactly what I need to do. So like now I've come for my second lots of bloods. We're gonna see if the estrogen level has come down, and then we will manage it from there and see what the next step is. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the biggest thing someone can do to help their blood work is hard cardio, and it's the one thing that particularly bodybuilders tend to avoid.
Yeah, and that's something that I've started
You've
doing
started
now.
doing as well, and we've seen its improvement in your blood.
Yeah. I've started doing HIIT cardio 3 to 4 times a week now after my training sessions, and you know what? Especially I've noticed on my leg sessions, I'm recovering quicker.
You're training harder, more intense.
Yeah. Like it's not that what's it now? My cardiovascular system's going, so I can't do the extra rep. Now it's that my muscle is fatigued. That's why I can't do the extra rep. Yeah. You know what I mean? Dave, thank you for that. Pleasure. Explaining a bit about how blood works. You know what I mean? So I hope that helps you guys out there. And if you need to contact Dave, I will put his Instagram handle on there. Is that all right?
Yeah, fine, mate. Thank you very much.
Okay, guys. See you later. Peace out.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.